outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Throwing is McDonald. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the Vikings are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw is Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
He'll let one go deep for Howard. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins, touchdown! A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
7, Lions, nothing.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
McDonald. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Out of the gun, McDonald. And he fires one, but incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it here. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimum.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Julian Okwara. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly, and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. He spins free. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown
pressure comes, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's McDonald to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. McDonald sets to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Line 7. Jack Fox to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep in.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's McDonald. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got him. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Back to throw. McDonald. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Hunter Bryant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. McCann now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there for Minnesota. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick. Whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it. Because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
To throw on 3rd down. McDonald. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, McDonald. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already showed in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 28, Lions 14.
to the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw on second down. McDonald, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Minnesota.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end of this.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Khalif Raymond now. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. McDonald. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Throwing on 1st down. McDonald. And Shark calls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
He's got it to Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Back to throw again. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And he's got this down to the 35. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Cousins now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch. But after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Throwing is McDonald. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
42, Lions 21. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Tackle made back at his own 3-yard line.
You can't stop me.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover the...
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened.
And now here is another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
McDonald. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. They'll look to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. They've got his man complete. Past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
13 yards. First down, Lions.
Operating from the gun. McDonald. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. McCann for the point after.
Cut the lead down to 28.
Next to score, Vikings 56, Lions 28. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's McDonald to throw. Buying time to his left. And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Cousins. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, McDonald. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions,